Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. So January is supposed to be the month when you get your finances together, but I almost overspent. So we're going to be coloring and chit-chatting. Of course, I have the low income savings challenge book, and I'm going to be knocking out yet another row. So it wasn't shopping that I almost overspent on, and it wasn't a big bill. It was subscriptions. So I'll tell you more about that. I'm adding this row up, and the total for this row is $84. So I want to talk about how these small monthly charges can quietly wreck your budget with these subscriptions, especially one subscription that is officially probably going to be on the chopping block for me. I keep going back and forth. So for me, it is Amazon Prime. So subscriptions are dangerous because they don't feel expensive. They start out small, like $9.99, $12.99, $14.99. Individually, they seem harmless. But when you stop and actually look at your bank statement, you realize this money is leaving your account every single month, whether you're using the service or not. And for me, once I turned on my notifications in my bank app, and I would get notified that something was coming out, and I was like, wait a minute, what is this charge? Amazon Prime can be sneaky. So January is when I finally slowed down enough, and I noticed I've got Amazon Prime and I also have Netflix. So I sat my family down to talk about, Netflix. Is anybody even watching Netflix anymore? And what I found out was I can actually bring that Netflix down. But anyway, back to Amazon. So I was doing my usual check-in, looking at where my money went because I keep a spreadsheet. And I noticed charge after charge that I didn't even remember signing up for. Streaming services, that's what I've started noticing with the Amazon Prime. Now, rewinding it back, I know I've had Amazon Prime now for more than 10 years, and they have slowly been increasing. So with the streaming services, it can be an app that somebody uses once, like they'll watch a show. And then that free trial quietly turns into a paid subscription. So it's like a subscription within a subscription. And then, as I noticed, Amazon Prime is just one of those subscriptions that feels untouchable because I kept going back and forth. Do I keep it? Do I get rid of it? I mean, some of the pros are they do have the free shipping for most of the products that I order. You've got Prime Video, you've got the music, and it's just convenient. But when I really thought about it, I had to ask myself, am I really getting my money's worth, or am I paying for convenience out of habit? Because the truth is, I don't order from Amazon nearly as much as I used to. And when I do, half the time, my orders don't arrive in 2 days anymore. And I really noticed that over Christmas break. And this is the part that really made me stop and think. Amazon Prime costs over $100 a year. When I started with Amazon Prime, I want to say it was around $99, but like I said, it's sneaking up on me. And when money is tight, every dollar needs to have a job. So I asked myself, would I rather keep paying for convenience, or would I rather put that money towards saving? I don't know. So that's when I realized Amazon Prime isn't automatically canceled yet, but it's still crossing my mind, and it could potentially be on the chopping block. If I'm not actively using it, it doesn't deserve a permanent place in my budget because it comes out every January, and I think that's when I really start to debate it. Now, granted, it's a blessing for the holidays. I don't have to drive from store to store. My family can easily create an Amazon wish list, and then they'll just text it to me, and I can complete I would say 90% of my Christmas shopping in about 15 minutes. But then there's the dark side. When my family wants to watch a particular show, they have to subscribe to a specific network. Then if there's a certain football game, I've noticed Thursday night football was only available on Amazon Prime, so that was another reason I kept it. But I must admit, it does also make birthday shopping a breeze. And they'll even wrap the gifts for you. And I have to admit, I hate wrapping gifts, so I'm willing to pay for the Amazon gift wrapping. But I swear, my membership increases every year. And when I watch other budgeters, I notice we all seem to be paying a different amount for Amazon Prime. So that's my dilemma. There's a monthly option though, and that's the decision that I need to make. Is it worth me having the annual yearly subscription, or do I need to consider it on a monthly basis? Because I primarily use it for Christmas, but then I use it sparingly throughout the year for birthdays. So here's the mindset shift that's helped me. Just because you can afford a subscription doesn't mean you should keep it. Subscriptions should earn their spot in every single budget and in every single month. And right now, after Him and Han, Amazon has earned a place in my budget still. So I'm keeping it for 2026. So my thought also was, if you don't miss it, if you pause it or cancel it, then you don't need it. And that tells you everything you need to know. So let me know, are you struggling with a subscription service? Are you cutting a subscription service out of your budget? Because that money just continues to disappear quietly. But I chose to be intentional, and Netflix ended up being downgraded. So anyway, that's it for today. I just wanted to talk to you about the subscriptions and how I almost overspent. And I just had to think about Amazon and figure out if it's really worth it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. I hope you all are having an amazing day, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye for now, everyone. And shout outs are coming up next.